Meatless curries can be incredibly bland. Here in the test kitchen, we've given this dish a much-needed overhaul. Becky Hayes has figured out how to get the most from jarred spices and how to cook the vegetables so they taste their best. She'll also demonstrate the best way to cut up a head of cauliflower and show you how to control the heat when cooking with fresh chilies. For the recipe and other information in today's podcast, go to cooksillustrated.com/podcast.
Our recipe for vegetable curry is a great recipe for a weeknight. It's really quick and easy to prepare. It starts by toasting spices in a skillet until they're dark and fragrant. Then you want to brown potatoes and onions with some oil until they're golden brown. That takes about 10 minutes. Then make a clearing in the bottom of the pot, add a little more oil along with tomato paste, chilies, garlic, and ginger. Stir those aromatics in the pot until they become very fragrant. That takes about 30 seconds. Then add the reserved toasted spices into the pot. Then it's time to add cauliflower, water, and a small can of diced tomatoes. Chickpeas go into the pot next, along with a pinch of salt. And that's all you need to do. Cover the pot and let it simmer for about 15 minutes until the vegetables are tender. Then you can add some frozen peas, along with a little bit of cream or coconut milk. Stir to incorporate and serve over basmati rice with your favorite chutneys.
So today I'm going to show how to cut a cauliflower into florets, and the first thing you need to do is to pull off as many of these green leaves and stems as you can with your hands. Then a lot of the times this stem is on the long side and it needs to be cut off so it's flush with the base of the cauliflower, so you can trim that off. Next you want to cut the cauliflower in half, and now it's easy to take the core out. The core is in a wedge-shaped piece, so you want to make a V-shaped incision through the bottom of the cauliflower like this. And from there the cauliflower starts to naturally separate into pieces, and you can use your knife to cut the remaining pieces into individual florets. There are a couple of ways to tame the heat of a chili pepper when you're making curry. The first is to remove the ribs and the seeds from the chili. This is where most of the heat resides, so you can always take that out of the chili and add it back to the dish at the end if you find that it's too mild. We've also found that the fat in yogurt and cream and the sugar in mango chutney tempers the heat of a chili as well.
To get the recipe and other information featured in this podcast, go to cooksillustrated.com/podcast.